still live on Facebook. So hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show in just a little bit. One of my favorite guests is on right now, and I have with me Matt Russell. He's the owner of Wellphora. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do and what we're going to talk about today.
So I just wanted to come on today. Thanks for having me, and give everybody a little CBD education. So
I'm
obviously
ready.
We have different brands of CBD. I'm the owner of actually Novus Labs. Wellphora is just one of our brands. And so when people talk about CBD brands, they've never heard of the company called Novus Labs that makes a lot of CBD brands, including Wellphora. That's actually who I'm the owner of. But Wellphora is one of the brands that we push out. So I'm here to talk about some education and what CBD can do for you, and not specifically just drive home like, hey, buy Wellphora, but what it is and how CBD works.
Oh, I love that. Let's talk about that. I'm going to let you pretend like this is your show.
Well,
and
thanks
it
for
is.
joining me today, Carol.
There you go. There you go. He's got it. He's already into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, people, I go to farmers markets, right? And so the Wellphora brand, we've got booths in probably 70 markets a month all over the valley. And a lot of people come up to us and they say, oh, I'm already using CBD. Well, we say, that's great. Because that's one of our best customers because they already know about CBD or at least have some sort of expectation or know how it works or doesn't work or what it did for them. And so one of the things we ask them is, what are you taking and how does it work for you? And it's a really great way for us to educate people because there's so many different types of CBD and you can kind of make comparisons to all different types of things out there on the market. But one of the things about CBD is that it's dose dependent. So we'll start with that. Dose dependent means that if you're not taking enough, it may not work for you at all. If you're not taking enough, but you're taking some of it, it's working at a different threshold. It has a therapeutic threshold of different things. So I like to use Tylenol because everybody understands Tylenol. If you have a bad headache and you take a children's Tylenol, then you could easily say, Tylenol doesn't work for me. And we hear people say that all the time, CBD doesn't work for me. But I would bet that 70+% of the CBD companies on the market don't sell products with a high enough concentration of CBD to work for humans. And that's
the first time I ever heard
isn't
say
that
that.
crazy?
That is amazing.
So, we get companies come to us to make their products and we find out that they have a 150 milligram and a 300 milligram and a 600 milligram product. We go, great. Our 600 milligram product in Wellphora line is only for children. We start at adults at 1,000 milligrams. So you can see a huge difference versus like a children's Tylenol is 80 milligrams. Adults take 1,000, 2 extra strength Tylenol.
It makes sense.
So, it's a big difference. It's a huge jump from 80 milligrams to 1,000. Well, it's very similar in CBD. So if you're not taking the right amount, it may not work for you. Now, CBD has different ranges. So at a lower range, it works on your neuro side more. And on the higher ranges, it works on a whole different set. And so the two properties of CBD is a neuroprotectant, is the first one. And the other one's an anti-inflammatory. So that's the two main things. And people use it for different stuff. But on the neuro side, you can get great relief for anxiety. You can get great relief for sleep. All different ailments that are associated on the neurological side, depression, PTSD, some things on that side at a lower dose. And it'll be very beneficial. But then you have people that have severe joint pain and severe muscle soreness and Parkinson's and rheumatoid arthritis and these other very severe symptoms, and they're usually the symptom, the base cause of that is inflammation. Well, you have to take a really high dose. And so we have products that are 2,500 milligrams. We're going to come out with another product here soon that's 3,600 milligrams because we have people burning through their 2,500 milligrams quickly because they're finding out their therapeutic threshold is much higher. Well, when they get to the right dose, it works amazing. And so that's another part of the education is it works for everybody, just at different dose ranges because not everybody's the same.
Right. If you have to use it correctly, otherwise, first of all, you might have tried something and said to yourself, well, this doesn't work. And a lot of people try something one time and they don't realize that's another thing too. But really, honestly, I think what you also want to talk about is quality as well.
Sure. Yeah. So, we do make brands for other companies and some are very low quality and some are very high quality. The Wellphora brand, for example, is an all-organic, super high-quality line. It's the highest quality line of any brand that we make at Novus Labs. And so we tell that to people, we push it out. And why is that important? Well, one is how it works. The efficacy of it is much higher. The quality of the ingredients is much higher. And I talk to that. People at farmers markets really understand that and appreciate that. That's why they buy the produce there. That's why they pay more to get something that tastes better. A tomato at the grocery store is not the same tomato that was grown in your backyard. It's not the same tomato at a farmer's market. It tastes completely different. Everybody knows that.
Put that mic in front of you. I can't reach it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're talking about here is that the quality's different. And then so a lot of people have had CBD and they're like, ugh, I don't like the taste of CBD. It's very, we use the air quotes with the word earthy. And that's a nice way, and I have another term, it's a bucket of you know what. Yeah, that's how it can taste. The Wellphora line is very, very non-earthy. It's very light. It's a very not bad taste at all. And so people really enjoy that. So that's one of the things at farmers markets. We'll sample that and go, here, you're familiar with it, try this. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like. We don't try to sell it to them because we know it works. We have a money-back guarantee. We only want people to buy it if they like it, if they know that it's going to work, and that they buy the right product for what they're trying to use it for.
It's local?
It's local. We're here. Our lab is up by Deer Valley Air Park, and so that's where we produce all our products. We ship nationwide for free. We're right here in Arizona, so we have a big local following. Our company, Novus Labs, is firefighter and veteran-owned, so people really like that. That's a big deal.
And you know, I have tried it. And I love it. Does not taste. And I use some of it that I use is for my purposes of the aging, the anti-aging that it also does for the, you know, you gave me the cream that has the,
Yeah.
it doesn't, with my little, I hate to say this, but the little liver spots and all that kind of stuff. You have, it's a huge, a plethora of different things that CBD can help with.
Right. So, you know, that's the next part of education. So you're going to go on wellphora.com and you're going to see 20 plus different products. And some people are overwhelmed by that and they say, I have no idea where to start. Well, I don't blame you. But Wellphora's got a great website. They've got lots of FAQs that you can look on there and say, hey, that's me. Now I know what I should get. We'll make recommendations, dosing recommendations. We'll do all that for you. You can always call or email. We'll provide all that information. But you can take it sublingually in an oil, which is the best way you can possibly take it. You can take it in a gummy. You can take it in a soft gel capsule that you can swallow. You can put it on topically. There's a bunch of ways to take it.
I want to also for them to understand about that it isn't marijuana, that we want to talk a little bit about that part of
Sure.
it too. That's education.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
a big
also
deal here in Arizona.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that
Okay.
too, and also before too that you also have a brand that has zero THC. So we want to talk about that too.
Sure. So here in Arizona, everybody knows if you haven't looked around and you've looked at a dispensary, there's probably a line of 30 plus people at every dispensary because now it's legal for marijuana recreationally. In
2
Arizona.
hour wait.
CBD is not from marijuana. Marijuana is a type of cannabis plant. The prolific cannabinoid in there is THC. THC is psychoactive. That's what gets you high. THC has great medicinal qualities, but it gets you high. So a lot of people don't want THC because it gets you high, and a lot of people want THC because it gets you high. So, you know, either side of the fence. CBD doesn't get you high. CBD comes from the hemp plant. It's another chemical or cannabinoid from that plant. Hemp is another type of cannabinoid. Hemp is another type of cannabis plant. You know, there's 400 plus cannabis plants. We've only heard of two, right? The general population, hemp and marijuana. Most people think it's the same. It's not the same. So in a CBD product, there's either no THC or less than 0.3% THC, which is minuscule. But you want actually THC to be present because it actually opens up the receptors in your body and helps you process that cannabis. So it's a really great thing to have a full spectrum product. However, as you said, there are people in sensitive positions, police officers, airline pilots, surgeons, construction workers, heavy equipment operators, anybody that's getting drug tested through their employer can't partake in any marijuana products. Now CBD on a full spectrum has a light amount, that 0.3% THC. And so what we tell people is you shouldn't risk your job for a theoretical chance of testing positive for THC. So we created another line called Zero. So on the Wellphora website, you'll see the Canero line, which is a great product. It's full spectrum. It's the top of the line of what you can do with CBD. And then right next to that is Zero, and they mirror every single product. And that is a broad spectrum that is the exact same thing with no THC at all. So 0.0.
So you have your choice.
Correct. Yeah. And so if you had a choice, you always go with the full spectrum that contains that tiny amount. And if you have a sensitive job role, you would go with the Zero line.
Now the website is Wellphora, so it's well and then PHORA.com. You love people to leave messages, and if you have any questions, they love talking to everyone. You ship nationwide, no charge for shipping.
No charge. It's always free.
It's always free. They have money back guarantees, but you know what? You never bring it back. You could check them out there. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to talk further. What would you want to leave them with before we go to a break, real quick?
Don't be afraid to try it. And then when we come back, I'm going to talk to you about what it's going to do for you in just the next 2 weeks.
So you see, this is the thing about what I love about my show is that this wonderful information, and I love the way that you've done it today. It's really just, CBD 101, right?
Correct, yeah.
And really learning a little bit about it. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone that you know. Just now you've learned a lot about it. Now you're going to find out what it could do for you in 2 weeks. So check them out. It's wellphora.com. We're going to stay live as we're going along here, so we're still live in the room. So, I want to ask you a question about the zero THC. Really, the zero brand is if you have a sensitive job. Otherwise, you're always going to want to go with the other one. Is that correct?
Always, yeah.
Okay. So, and every single one of your products, or is it just some of the products that have the zero THC?
Most of the products. All the oils. Some of the topicals already don't have THC because it's a different type.
And your number one product?
Canaro 1000.
Still, always.
And the pain cream. The pain cream is catching up.
Right. And when people like you, when they talk with you, and they're a little bit afraid, like it's almost like sushi. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example. When somebody doesn't really like, oh no, I'm not going to try that. I don't want that's weird stuff.
You say sushi, and I'll put Chef Jeff on there because I know he's listening.
So yeah, I'm saying so, and hopefully he's listening, and we should do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that actually because I think it's a great thing to say. You know how people who have never tried sushi, right? And they're just no, I'm not going to like that. But if you go with somebody who knows what they're talking about and and they don't just start you off with, like, let's say sea urchin, right?
Yes.
But they give you maybe, you try a little tuna, even a little bit of, shrimp, even though it's a little cooked, right? But you kind of ease them into it, right?
Yes.
Do you find that there's a product that you like to start them off with?
Yeah. The gummies.
That's why I asked that. Are
And
you okay if we open up the lines to the? Not open. Are you okay if I open it up with that analogy that I just gave there?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's kind of funny since he's listening.
When he says go, I'll welcome you back to the Carol Blonder Show.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that. You want to?
Yeah, I'll do
okay.
that. That'll be fun.
You got to watch him then. You got to know what you're doing. You got to watch him.
I got this, yeah.
Oh, I know you do. I don't have any doubt. I have no doubt. So you don't know who. You probably never even seen the Jetsons, but that's exactly who he looks like. I'll show you this. I'm going to show you a little cartoon after we're done. Then you can fly.
There you go.
It's a good ad. It's a good ad. You should use it as a when they answer the phone. This is what should come up.
The hold message or the hold music.
What would you rather have? This or the old music?
Right. All right, welcome back to the Carol Blonder Show. It's Matt here with Carol Blonder.
He's the greatest. I love it. That was perfect. Now, when we were talking at the break to everybody on Facebook, and I mentioned something, and I'm going to use this analogy now because it's so perfect. In my view, it's perfect because I remember when I was younger that I didn't like something, and when I've never tried something, and then no. So everybody that if you like sushi, right? Like me, I like sushi. And the person that you're with, maybe they don't like it. And they're like, no, I don't want to try that. No way. That's not it. But if you go with somebody.
They need a Chef Jeff in their life, right?
Okay, they need Chef. Well, there you go. Now, they need a Chef Jeff, but they need somebody that's not going to just give them, like I said to you, sea urchin like to start with, right?
Right.
No way. You don't want to do that because the person's going to like run out the door. But if you start them off with something a little bit lighter, and then they like, oh, that was kind of good.
Little California roll.
Yeah, like something that has no fish in it whatsoever, right? But seriously, I asked you when people have the same thing about. It's the same kind of thing with CBD. No, I'm not going to try that. But then, maybe if they had someone like you that is introducing it, when someone comes to you, how do you introduce it?
Right. So we kind of tease this and say it's like dipping your toe in the water, because a lot of people have grown up being terrified of the word cannabis because it's been associated to marijuana forever and no other association of cannabis. So anything that's cannabis is marijuana, gets you high, it's bad. Well, we're getting educated now. The world's learning about that. And so to answer your question is gummies. People love the gummies because they taste great. Not all CBD gummies taste great. I can raise my hand high and say, yikes, I've been to all the trade shows and wow, it is.
But yours taste almost like the ones.
I seriously have spit out gummies, but our gummies are fantastic. They taste just like the brand that's at the movie theaters. You would never be able to tell the difference in a blind test. They're fantastic. They work great. The other one is the soft gels, because the soft gels have no taste. It's just like any other soft gel. And that's, so we say when people want to dip their toe in the water and see how it works, or just try it out, that's a good start.
Just try it.
Yes, that's a good start.
Now, when people who have now tried it, who have dealt with some issues, now they're dealing with issues, what do you say is your number one? We said it at the break.
Right. Canero 1000, that's the sublingual oil. So that and the Pain Cream 555. So the Pain Cream 555, I mean, you rub that on anywhere that hurts, and minutes, and I say minutes, and it's usually as soon as it's finished rubbing in, like it could be 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and people have that almost like scripted reaction at every market or every trade show. They go, and they rub it in, they're like, look at their wife or look at their husband and say, it actually is working. It feels really good. They have this perplexed look on their face, and we see that over, it's like broken record, because they just don't believe that it could possibly work that well, that fast.
Now, we also want you to remember, too, that all of the products that have the little, how much THC, the little
0.3% or less, yep.
Also, right next to it on the website, you always see, now there's zero.
Yes, so the zero products, the zero line is to remind people that there's zero THC. They're all stamped with the workforce approved, so you know that you can take it and trust it and not have any issues about any employee drug testing that's testing for THC.
Check them out. It's Wellphora, WELLPHORA.com. Go ahead.
So now,
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, what's happening? So you place your order on Wellphora.com, and I'm going to leak out a special discount code that is out there for people that are signed up on the website. But I'm going to tell your listeners because, they're special. Love 25. Love 25. We're sharing the love with all of our customers. Love 25 gets you 25% off site-wide everything.
So 25% off. All you have to do is free shipping. It's already free shipping. 25% off. All you have to do is put in love 25. It's Wellphora, and then PHORA.com. Put in love 25. You get 25% off.
And the reason we picked that, wanted to share that love with all of our customers, but also Valentine's Day is 1 week away. So when you order, I'm sure all of your listeners here are pretty local to Arizona. We ship right here from Arizona. So you're going to get it in time for Valentine's Day. It's a great gift, and I'll tell you why. Not just to give somebody CBD, but we have an amazing skincare line of topicals. Now, most people have no idea what CBD can do for skincare. We've had these great products that we haven't, some of them we held, some of them we didn't release, because the market hasn't been ready for CBD skincare. Just not enough education, not enough people buying it, they don't understand. Now they're understanding, and now our skincare products are selling huge. We're getting all of our products in wholesale accounts through spas, through skincare places. Wellphora has really taken over the skincare market. So we have eye creams, we have pain creams, we have moisturizers, we have Bright Skin. Now, Bright Skin just hit the website a couple days ago. And it is on the website right now for a special introductory. It's the pre-release. We haven't officially released it. It's on the website as far as we haven't done a marketing approach for it. And that is an ultra hydration cream. It's anti-aging. It gets rid of wrinkles, age spots, hyperpigmentation. There's all kinds of amazing things that this product does. It's 1,000 milligrams of our broad spectrum CBD. So it's called Bright Skin Zero.
And it just
THC.
And what happens when you put it on? What's what it's like?
So it absorbs right in. It's very silky and delicate. It has a great smell. It is a fantastic product. Women love it. Men love it. It's
Valentine's Day is around the corner. Give it to yourself or give it to someone that you love.
And it's 50% off on the website right now.
Right now it's, wow.
Yes, we put on there as an introductory, just a soft, here you go. Everybody that sees this, that comes to our website right now can see that and give it a shot. It is a fantastic product.
Wellphora, WELLPHORA.com. And this little special that you're doing here, this is, what is it?
So Love 25 is 25% off site-wide. And I also want to tell you something else in here the next 2 weeks. We've got Super Bowl, we've got Valentine's Day, so I'm going to tell you about both. Super Bowl, people are consuming everything, right? But especially alcohol. CBD is a fantastic hangover relief.
Really?
Fantastic. So obviously drink a huge glass of water before you go to bed, and that helps. But take a dose of CBD and a huge glass of water. Wake up, take a dose of CBD, and feel great.
Wow.
That is the biggest secret out there. So, you know, they say you can't make claims. Is hangover a medical condition? Not really. Now, you can't say it cures cancer. You can't say it cures migraines. You can't say it's a pain reliever. We say it helps with sore muscles and aches and things. But hangover, yeah.
Definitely works, guys.
I can vouch for that one.
And you know what? Listen, we all want you to be safe out there, but everybody's at home right now. I see nothing but sales of liquor because everybody is home and they can drink as much as they want.
And, you know, there's another funny story from the farmer's market. My wife and I were working up in Payson, and this couple came up to us, and they're an older couple, and they came up and they would always buy the 2,500 milligram bottle. And it was like every couple weeks. We go, So how's it working for you? And like, well, we don't probably take it the way that you recommend it. Well, what do you mean? They're lovers. Valentine's Day is coming up. CBD is a vasodilator. Vasodilator means it increases blood flow and opens up your circulation. And they put it in very conspicuous places that brings a lot of pleasure. And this was an older couple, and it gave us a big smile on our face to know that they were enjoying that together.
How cute is that?
And we've never even thought of trying that, and so yeah, we tried it too, and they were right.
So you can go up on the website again. It's Wellphora, WELLPHORA.com. Put in Love 25, and you're getting 25% off. That's throughout the site.
The entire site.
The entire site. There's always free shipping as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if anybody has questions and they're wondering about CBD, when you call in or you email us, we're not going to say, hey, this is the greatest stuff ever, buy our stuff. That is not what we're doing. We're here to help people. We're here to educate them. We're here to show them what it can do, because we're not trying to make one sale. We're trying to build a loyal customer, and we're going to do that by treating them right, making sure their first purchase, they get the product that is going to do the best for them. So a lot of times they're going to get all that information off the website, but if they have specific needs, they can call us. That comes to me a lot. I've been in medicine for a very long time, paramedic for over 20 years, just really into that side of things. That's how I got into the laboratory side, the chemistry side, and it just, all those things go together, but being a chemist and knowing how it affects your body are sometimes two different things. So it's been a really good journey for me to really expand my knowledge on that and be able to share that with people.
I want you to also talk a little bit about where it's made, because a lot of people talk, it's important to buy local. It's made here. Let's talk about it.
So for Wellphora, it's a little bit different. We source our products from different parts of the country, and we bring them in and we make what's called a Wellphora blend.
Okay.
And that is to create a greater cannabinoid profile versus just, it's like, really, if you're bringing in plants from other parts of the country and you're bringing the very best, an orange from Florida may not taste the same as an orange from California, or even different plants. But plant to plant, they can taste different also if you've ever had your own garden. So the same thing is, it's because they have different properties to them. So we bring in at different places throughout the country and build our own blend just for Wellphora. We don't do that for other companies unless they want to pay for that. But we do some extra stuff for Wellphora to really drive home that you're going to get a large, broad cannabinoid profile in all of our products.
And real quickly, end them with what the difference is between where you can buy it at the gas station now.
Sure.
What's the difference?
So there's three main types of CBD, and I'll just breeze through that. There's isolated CBD, or what people refer to as pure CBD. There's broad spectrum. There's full spectrum. There's all kinds of different things in between that are a little bit deceptive in different areas. We're very transparent on all that. We want you to know that it is a true full spectrum product or a true broad spectrum. Isolated CBD has a very limited scope. It can have some good applications. So just really do your education, know what you're getting, And just know that Wellphora is the top of the line, and that's what we bring to everybody.
Thank you for educating us today. End them too with what your big special is for all of that.
Wellphora.com, discount code is LOVE25.
And all you have to do is go onto their website. It's well and then PHORA.com. They ship nationwide. It's for free. They got some fabulous, fabulous things for, okay, you guys are drinking right now. Man, you know what? This weekend, you don't have to worry about those hangovers.
Order
You can
today.
take that. Order today. You'll get it, and you'll have it right away to help you out with that. Also, we've got the Valentine's Day coming up.
Treat your special someone.
Treat your
Yeah.
special. He's got some for also dogs and pets. We've got our
That's
pets
right.
that we also, the fur babies, he calls them. It's Wellphora.com and put in LOVE25 for 25% off.
All right.
That was kind of
That
fun.
was good.
Oh, I'm going to miss
Now,
you.
I was driving to Payson a couple weeks ago, and there was a hour-long CBD education on KFNX, sponsored by CBD Emporium.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be somebody that they did that with.
And it was so painful. It was so terrible.
I know that it's funny because that's CBD, but it must have been a weekend.
It was a Sunday.
Yeah, because they don't have they went down on their paid programming kind of stuff. They kept my show because I'm not the same as because I'm their daily show, habitual show. But I didn't know that they have. I've called that. I think that's to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if that is a multi-level marketing thing.
I don't know.
I do. You should check it out.
It was a pro athlete, or former pro athlete. And
I don't know if it's.
he knew so little about CBD; it was painful.
I do not know if that is a weekly show or anything
Yeah.
about that. Was it on a? Was he on a show or was it their
It
show?
was the CBD Emporium Studios here at KFNX, and he was
Yeah,
here to educate
I have
about
no
CBD.
clue. I don't know, but they, it's probably Francis.
And it's
Francis.
so weird too because
You'd be
I don't
so
say
good at
anything
that.
bad about CBD companies ever. CBD Emporium can eat a bag of.
I know nothing about it
Yeah,
at
they-
all,
so
other
we-
than I
We
seen.
used to sell to them, and
Wow. Hold on, somebody fell. Uh-oh.
you all right?
Yeah,
What just happened?
headphones.
Okay, but you're okay? Holy freaking hell, that was cute. I thought he had a heart attack or something, just kind of. I have, okay, so I've seen an ad of that, right? And of course, everybody calls, and I thought that they were a multi-level marketing company.
They're not, but so they bought out. So we had a company called CBD Exclusively that had multiple stores. We had a great relationship. We built products for them, and then they sold to CBD Emporium, who had
Oh,
like 15 stores. And so we started to fill up their stores also. And so they had this huge order. They ordered a store in Las Vegas, and so we outfitted their store with Wellphora everything. And then they didn't pay their bill. We go, hey, and they go, we didn't buy anything from you.
because let me tell you, I don't think this person had money. I'm surprised that they're even here.
It was crazy. And so then I started calling around because I know people in the business, right? We were not alone. They did that to about 15 different vendors. They ordered
Did
a
they
ton
ever
of stuff.
pay you?
No.
So why don't you call up on the show? Call in.
He literally had no, he had no business being on the radio, first of all. It was just like, boy, this is a snoozer.
Is there a way that you do still have contact or get to know, because they owe you money, right?
Well, so I talked to the owner,
Yeah.
and he said, we don't owe you money. He goes, yeah. He said, show me. So he literally, this was part of his
What an
business
asshole.
plan, yeah. So he went out and he ordered all the stuff under CBD Exclusively the day before.
Oh my God.
Then it transferred ownership. I said, and then the guys for CBD Exclusively, he bought their company for $3 million. He stiffed them too somehow, and I asked those guys because he did like a $10,000 payment, and then the rest was deferred, and then he closed this company down and started under something. I mean, I'm like,
I know nothing. I
Yeah, it
know.
was awful,
I
and
just thought it was a.
And I just went, okay.
I
karma.
remember
I
calling
believe
them
in
a
karma,
long,
so I
long,
go,
long time ago because I remember there was an ad in a newspaper,
Mhm.
and the guy. Usually, most people that say no to something like this, most of those people don't have money, right?
Right.
And that's what it was. But
Yeah.
when I really did think that it was a multi-level marketing thing.
Well, they try to get people to buy franchises, so that it's so dishonest, it's so terrible. And so I was in Las Vegas and I saw a CBD emporium there, so I went in there with my buddy. We were there after basketball, and we had to stop in there. Wellphora, everything. They had never ordered
That
again.
must have made you mad.
Well, yeah. But I walked in and talked to the gal. I go, hey, I'm interested in this. What can you tell me about this? And she's like, she knew the whole. Yeah, they're great. Blah blah blah. Great product. I go, don't they have some other stuff too? She's like, we sold out of everything. I don't know if they're going to replenish it or not. But yeah, it's like one of our really good sellers. And so I go, oh, by the way, I'm the owner of this company. Well, she calls right away, and then yeah. So then they send me an email like, don't you ever go to one of our stores again? We're a free country. Like, I mean, I'll do whatever I want to do. I didn't cause a problem.
How dare them
Like,
say something
but it
like
was just
that
like,
to
yeah, because they
you?
know. So I almost decided to go the lawyer route, and I went, what's it gonna do?
Like me and
It's
my
gonna drain
brother.
my
I know
drain
what
my
you
life
mean.
with negative energy. I said, I don't need that.
Yeah.
You guys, you'll never get it
They
again.
won't be around forever.
No, they won't.
Yeah, and believe me, they're doing that too. Ugh,
But yeah, when I talked to the owners of CBD exclusively, and they said, call them, all these different vendors, they stiffed everybody. I'm like, that sucks. That's horrible.
That's,
So,
well, you know what, that's gonna come back to bite them.
Yeah.
This is compliant.
No bit of a couple there, Hoss.
yeah, we'll see you
Can
later.
you take care of
Yeah.
yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right now, and I guess I'll see you, I'll talk to, I don't know, I can't even talk anymore. I will call you sometime, okay?
Okay.
You come down here and get one of those whenever,
Okay.
whenever you want, and congratulations, my
Thank you.
friend. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, just go have fun. Life
Yes,
is gonna be
I
a
know.
breeze now.
I don't know about that, but it'll be good.
Yes, it is.
All right,
I
you
love
have a good
you.
weekend.
You're the best. I do.
Who
You're
do you want in
thinking.
the Super Bowl? Anybody? Okay.
Either one. For me, it doesn't matter because I'm really more. Like I said, I just like the whole ambiance of the whole game and having
I love
fun.
the commercials.
I love the
Yeah,
commercials.
yeah.
Halftime. Last year I didn't love halftime. It wasn't for me, but because I don't think that we need that for our kids and stuff like that. But we'll see. I'm an older person now, so I don't even know half the people that are even in the halftime and stuff like that. When they had what's the name? Paul McCartney. I was in it, really into it.
Yeah.
You just go and have fun.
All right.
Okay, you take
Yeah,
care.
take
I love
care.
you
See you later.
very much. It's definitely